and so, but if anybody's on YouTube and wants to comment, by all means,
Yeah,
jump
that's
in.
something that I'm trying to get going on the shop too, is to do like more YouTube content and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Try,
it's nice to just to multi-stream to different platforms at the touch of a
yeah.
button. So, Chris, this is Chris Hewitt. He tunes into all of our streams, no matter
What's
what.
up, Chris?
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Um, but yeah, it should be pretty fun. I think Saturday is going to go great. Um, this kind of in typical Coral Sword fashion, which is my end of an issue, kind of did this last minute. Like, so I came up with the idea last weekend.
The last minute things are always the best, though.
Yeah, so it just kind of just fell together
Yeah,
slowly but
sure.
surely.
Yeah, but expect more stuff from Houston. So I'm dying to get down there. I miss Houston so much.
Yeah, as soon as we're done with the party, we're shifting to what we talked about the studio move and getting that.
Oh man. Okay, stay tuned, everybody. Stay tuned. Hey, Amy Tucci, what's up? Amy
And Amy.
Amy and her husband Darren, they run a service company called Pressing Matters.
Okay.
And Pressing Matters presses comic books to increase their condition and hence their value. They're one of our new studio sponsors.
That's sick.
Yeah. And Amy's in the Buffalo area. She just sent me a bunch of beer and cookies, and I think there was some mustard in there and all this other stuff. Yeah, Amy's pretty awesome. Hey, and she's off on Saturday, so yeah, you should jump in, Amy, for sure.
Yeah, the more the merrier. Tell everyone. The more people we can get, the more like interaction we can have, and the more I can convince everyone to like stay on and let's stream for 6 hours if need be or something.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just starved for anything Houston right now too. So
Did we miss you? We were talking about one of the things we're going to be doing is throughout the stream is pulling up people like submitting and sharing, tagging and sharing like photos of the shop and like their best memories or memories. And I was talking to Sandy the other day about like one of the coolest things that I did with the shop, at least involving with the shop of Coral Sword, was the wedding that we went to 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
It was the sickest wedding ever. It was like
one of our employees got married, and I just happened to randomly be down there. It was last December, and they're like, "Hey, you want to go to the wedding?" I'm like, "Yeah." I went to
so fun,
bona fide like Texas Latino wedding.
Yeah,
and it was awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Ornate, and my favorite memory from the wedding was there was the ceremony, and then went to the reception. And then at some point, all the dudes, like people started leaving. I'm like, hey, where's everyone going? They're like, oh, they're going to go they're going to the liquor store.
Oh, we went. It was
you went. I'm like, why are you going to the liquor store? It's like, oh, to get liquor. I'm like, wait, what do you mean? It's like, well, this is how they do it here. It's BYO. I was like, oh, they're like, do you want anything? I'm like, bottle of tequila, I guess. So yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Never been to a BYO wedding, which makes complete sense. Like why are you going to, hopefully the bar is open at whatever wedding you're going to, but they never really have what you want. It's all like crappy stuff. Why not get the booze that you want and bring it back to the wedding reception?
What was really funny about that situation was like, so it was me, Hunter Pence, and Robert Martinez. He's another like VIP member, like down since day one.
Yeah.
We went to like the liquor store, and we came back with like a whole bunch of stuff, but we also brought mixers. Like we brought like sodas and stuff like that. We went through the front door of this venue, and they're like, okay, we need to check your bags. And we're like, okay. So we showed them like all the beer and like all the liquor we got. And then they're like, you can't bring this in. We're like, what? Like they said we could bring this in. Like, oh, no. You can't bring in the soda. So of all the things, we could not bring in the soda.
I think, you can't bring the mixers in, but you could bring all the booze you want.
It was like, it really threw me off.
Man, I love Texas. Christopher Hewitt, good question. What's Coral Sword? Wow.
Coral Sword. Well, this is more directed to you since you're.
Chris, imagine if someone built a place with amazing coffee, beer, food, video gaming, board gaming, card gaming, podcasting, live streaming, and just an amazing atmosphere. Imagine if somebody did this, and then imagine that somebody did do this, and they called it Coral Sword. That's what Coral Sword is. It's a, it's essentially it's a geek themed coffee shop, in Houston, Texas, but with everything I just described there. And gaming tournaments, Magic gatherings every Friday Night Magic, like the coolest streaming booth that you could ever imagine. It was. So I was going through some of my archives. I was going through some of my old photos, and I pulled up a photo from 2015. It was me. I think it was a picture of me and David at Neil's Bar, which is a evening bar in Texas. And I'm pretty sure that was the exact moment David kind of proposed this idea. It was like, hey, I'm thinking about opening kind of like a geek theme, like coffee, the coffee. David's opened the coolest coffee places in Houston, like bar none, the best, the coolest, next level coffee shops. But he was like, hey, what if we did like card gaming, and geek themed? Maybe, you could bring some of your comic book pop culture expertise to this. Is this something that you'd be interested in being involved in? I'm like, yeah, but it didn't sound far fetched. It just had never been done before.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, if you ever do this, absolutely count me in.
Yeah.
And through a number of amazing circumstances, it did happen, and it opened 3 years ago. So we're celebrating the 3rd anniversary. So it's located at 1318 Telephone Road in Southeast Houston. And it's basically, if you brought a bunch of geeks like me and Phil together, and David and Sandy and Hunter and Lexi Pence, and you're like, all right, you can do whatever you can do whatever you want. It's kind of going to be centered around, coffee and hospitality, and it's going to be geek themed. Like, what do you want? And we all kind of threw in our own ideas, and it became a reality. And that's the only way I could describe it. Like, I can't, there's no short way to describe what Coral Sword is. It's just, it's like your geek theme, your geek dreams coming true. Or for me, it combines like everything that I love in life into one space. And
everything about it, like it just kind of just like collectively like just meshed so well, like from obviously David brought in like the coffee side of things, which he's like fantastic with. Both you and Hunter and Lexi, just the added just like presence of just like geek and like fun, just bringing that culture in and just like elevating it even further. To the fact that we even have like a professional streaming booth, you know what I mean? It's crazy. And it's been a really fun ride these past 3 years of just like knowing everybody involved, getting to know, like you, Ming, for these past 3 years. And like,
you know what? I think you guys should be able to hear this, but this is the booth here.
Oh yeah.
This is from a company called
Hi,
Go
everyone,
Button.
And welcome to Go Button Made.
But
on this series, we're going to take a closer look at some of our content creation studios.
So they were the ones who designed the whole booth and everything.
Yeah, but check this out, everybody. This is insane. So big shout out to Go Button for sure.
In 2008,
so what they do is they make high-end content creation studios.
A drink or a snack, but you can also play any number of tabletop games and even stream your own video game or podcast. This is Coral Sword Cafe.
Wow.
In 2017, I attended a wedding.
Yeah, I think this just maybe visually describes everything I just described.
I previously worked together in 2014 on IGN Live from San Diego Comic-Con. She was excited for us to connect and discuss their new project in Houston. The project involved converting a portion of their new cafe into a content creation streaming booth. Now, a public cafe is definitely a non-traditional location for a content studio. But what intrigued me more was what they asked us to do with it. We had to figure out how to arrange the space to allow a single operator to stream gameplay and operate the lighting, camera, audio, and video switching controls, all while hosting their show live. To achieve this, we started with a very shallow custom 4-person desk and placed it at the edge of the booth step. To change the existing walls behind the desk, we designed custom hardshell scenic panels with LED accent lighting, as well as a 75-inch LED monitor to allow show-specific branding opportunities. The gameplay and program monitors were installed at eye level on the opposite wall. This 164 square foot streaming booth boasts 5 integrated systems, 2 robotic cameras, a pre-programmed lighting control system, a compact traditional audio mixing console, a digital backdrop control system, and a switcher to control live streaming. In the end, we delivered a one-of-a-kind dynamic streaming booth that anyone can use any day they want. We definitely hit a home run with this one.
Oh, hey, that's me.
Oh, look at that. That's Phil's show, Netflix and Phil.
Oh, yeah, we had Steph Curry. Yeah.
In the house.
Thanks for watching this episode of Go Button Made. If you enjoyed this video and want to see our other studios, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss a thing. Until next time.
All right, I think they put so yeah, I think I mean I could describe that booth, but that I think
that does a pretty good job.
That really knocks it out of the park. So hey, it's Off World Adam Creations tuning in. So you see the YouTube logo on there. So he's Adam is tuning in from YouTube. What's up, Adam? So yeah, that is the content creation booth over at Coral Sword, which is pretty amazing. Yeah, it is. It's one of my dreams to get Go Button to come out to wherever I am and just build a booth for me.
Here is, let me see if I can share this with you.
Oh yeah.
Here's a picture of
the wedding.
Yeah.
So you can see how, I mean, how fancy it is, but that's me holding the sword in the middle.
Yeah, like it was like, so Ming, so here's Ming, that's Hunter and Lexi Pence. There's Sandy, he's the general manager at the shop, and David, and two friends. Oh, yeah, Talia. Yeah. Yeah, it was just a fun night. Fun night, but yeah.
It was pretty crazy. Oh yeah, my cousin's next to me. Yeah, it was it was a real fun night. It was pretty insane. So
kind of off topic, I saw, I don't know if you heard anything about that, but Compalooza was getting ready to do something. Do you know anything about that?
Oh, well, I mean, so we had I'm involved with the Houston Indie Podcast Society, aka HIPS, in Houston. So I jump in we live stream once a month with somebody in the podcast or content creation world. So we had Sandy on, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, and yeah, I mean, they're one of the members is Kerry Gordon, who runs a lot of the interactive and podcasting kind of programming track at Comicpalooza. So I mean, definitely getting Coral Sword involved for sure. What that is yet, I don't know if we've exactly fleshed that out. But, as everything else, we do everything kind of last second, but it's pretty. But yeah, Coral Sword will definitely be involved. I'll be down there. I think they have dates. I think May 21st to the 23rd. I think for tentatively. Hopefully that happens. It's coming up quick, so we'll see if that happens or not.
I was just surprised to see that. Like I saw, I think it was on Instagram, like a little like notification, like, hey, vendors, like welcome, start submitting. I was like, what? Like you guys are gonna try to, like, that's crazy. Like good for y'all for like getting on it. That's really cool.
They're gonna try. We'll see what happens.
So that's cool.
I mean, I'm really hoping it pulls out.
Yeah,
it happens, and I haven't been to Houston in a year and a half, so I miss it. I miss it dearly. But yeah, expect some big announcements. Maybe we always try to throw some kind of like pre-party over at Coral Sword, or just try to get some of the Comicpalooza people to come over. I think the last time I was there, I had so I got a funny story about the last time I was at Comicpalooza. So I had a big banner printed up.
Oh yeah,
it was on my table, and as it happened, my table was next to Eric Estrada's from Chips, and he was walking around. He came over to my table. And he looked at the banner. It was like Coral Sword. He was like, my niece is involved in that. I'm like, what? I'm like, wait, who's your niece? He's like, Alexis Pence. I'm like, Lexi's your Lexi's uncle? Like, she never told us this.
No.
I'm like, hey, is Eric Estrada your uncle? She's like, oh yeah, I never mentioned it. But I'm like, how could you not mention that Punch with your uncle?
Just so nonchalant about it. She's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, Punch is my uncle. So yeah. And I'm like, huh. So I was like, why? Hey, he's like, hey man, I invited him down. I'm like, hey man, you should come down. You're invited anytime you want. So like, it was so random. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I mean, I guess you wouldn't, you don't put that on a T-shirt or something, but like maybe you could have mentioned that maybe. So, Mike, Chris, what's going on? How are you? Amy Tucci, how cool. We need something like this in Buffalo. Yeah, there needs to be something like this in every major city for sure.
It's just been blowing up.
Richard Rocha, dude, that's awesome. I'd love to have a cafe like that here in Wales.
Wales, whoa, what's going on? How's everything over in the UK? That's really cool.
Yeah, it was. I think right before Coral Sword opened up. I think a year before. I was lucky enough to go to Edinburgh, Scotland.
Oh, nice.
And when I was walking around, I was like, "Wait, what's this?" There was a gaming cafe that I stumbled upon, and I walked in. They were about to, all these dudes in there ready to play Magic. I was like, "Oh man," they were like real serious too. So I was like, "Oh man, this is cool." That's pretty awesome.
No, but like even this past, I dare anybody to find someone who hasn't been affected by the pandemic in some way.
Yeah.
But the community just kept the shop alive. Really, like I think that's probably like the biggest factor of like being part of something like this with Coral Sword is just making a wonderful, beautiful community of like strangers and kind of like collectively come together and just like, yep, like. We're gonna help support y'all like constantly, and
and there's always especially amongst us geeks, there's always that concerted effort to keep cool places alive.
Yeah,
no matter what, what. Or I mean that cool places alive, but that extends to like really cool TV shows that get canceled too early, or just stuff like that. It's
Firefly.
Bring back Firefly for sure. Amy Tucci, do you have Nitro coffee? I don't know. There's because Nitro cold brew is a pain in the ass, but there's something even better, Amy. There's a thing called nitrogen Thai iced tea, which is on tap when they can get it. We get it from our friends over at a place called Rice Box, which is a cool place in and of itself. It's good. It's cool to have cool friends who will, like, you can do a lot of crossover stuff, but man, I always struggle to explain Rice Box to people as well. Like, it's indescribable. You just have to go. I always describe it as Chinese food, like Blade Runner Chinese food is how I describe it.
Yeah, Rice Box is just an amazing place as well.
With the little Fast and the Furious thrown in.
Yeah.
And
but what's cool is that the owner that we know, his name's John.
Yeah.
He actively goes to China and like all these different regions of China to like get like, oh, so that's how this region of China does like orange chicken.
Right.
Excellent. I want this recipe so I can try to like integrate it in my restaurant. And like he does it like next level. It's
like I got in a whole like half-hour discussion with him about pea shoots.
Yes.
Like, who knew that pea shoots were was a serious subject, but once he explained to me, I was like, oh yeah, man, like, you can't just get pea shoots from anywhere. You got to prepare them the right way. And he's very, very serious about his tea and his tea preparation as well. And it's just when you when you go to a restaurant or a place and you're like, why is this coffee so good? Or why is this food so good? And then you find out why, because the people who create it are obsessed with it.
Passionate about
that obsession onto you. It's beyond amazing. Like, these are the places that you want to support and just go to. And and not only that, I posted this yesterday, I think on Facebook or Twitter. I think it's like when you find a cool place, like, you want everyone else to see how cool it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you find a place that you love, you want everyone else to love it too. and definitely Coral Sword and Ricebox are two of those places that I love taking people to. I was like, listen, I'm not going to tell you much about this. You just have to go, and then you'll discover it for yourself. And like, I mean, those are two places that exist in the world that I can't wait to take people to. So
it's crazy. Houston just keeps booming and growing in such a cool way. So, but yeah, Saturday should be good. I saw a comment earlier. If we're gonna be playing games, we will be gaming Saturday. We're gonna be playing some Among Us.
Yes, that's pretty much a quarantine staple.
I've been having a lot of fun with Among Us.
I'm so bad at it. Were you in that game with I think you were in that game.
Hunter?
Were you in that game with Hunter? Yeah. And he was like, "Hey, we're gonna play Among Us." So I hopped in, and I ended up playing for like 7.5 hours. Like it just flew by.
I was talking to Tali about this because we were doing a couple months ago. We did a stream about the Video Game Awards, so we live streamed that and we were reacting to it.
Yep.
And Talia jumped on as a special guest, and we were talking about it. And she's like, "Yeah, Hunter, he just he thinks everybody's sus, and like he's just blaming and like trying to figure it out, and he's really good at it." And I'm like, "Yeah, Hunter Pence is really good at a lot of games. Who would have thought?"
Yeah, I didn't. All four. He was like, "Hi, special guest. I don't know your name," so I put I
hey,
Phil. I got their names on there. Yeah, when you put the banners up, it hides the names. So
okay.
Now we know. Now all four Adam. This is Phil. So Mike, Chris, what time Eastern would that be Saturday? So it'd be 4 to 8 Eastern time.
Yes,
Mike, Chris.
4 to 8 tentatively, but it's going to be a long stream.
Yeah, wherever it's streaming, I'll share it on all my social media for sure, so you can watch.
If you're not, I guess, shameless plug. If you're not already following Coral Sword on every single platform from Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, which is where we'll be streaming from. Follow us at Coral Sword. The more the merrier. We have a Discord as well, so links on that on our website as well. So
yeah, there you
go.
Which sorry about that. That's what happens when you do things on the fly. But
yeah.
But the great thing about this is you can also change it on the fly. So
I did, Chris. I'm looking at your comment. I see you.
Mike Chris going to follow right after Chris. Hey guys, have you got to check out the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer? Are you ready? I don't know if anybody is ready for this, but I have seen the trailer.
Awesome. Are we talking about? Everyone's talking about Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, which I think you see on a little screen in the back.
Yeah, and so just like there it is.
It's happening. Hey, Marissa Sweeney of the Be Well. I'm wearing her T-shirt.
Oh, that's cool.
She's got a yoga studio and she does health and wellness coaching, and she runs a vegan food festival and an online vegan food and goods service. And yeah, Marissa's a badass. So that didn't even scratch the surface of what she does. But yeah, I'm repping Be Well today.
I need to get into yoga. I was just talking to someone about it. That as someone who I used to be very active, like this past 2 years.
I mean, this past year's been pretty bad.
The past year, the only activity I've done is let my hair grow out. So
I did that too until literally the first day I was able to go back to get my hair cut. I did because I couldn't stand it anymore.
I'm liking it. I used to have my hair used to be shoulder length, past my shoulders. So
at one time in college, I grew my hair out to piss off my mom. And one of my old passport photos, it's almost shoulder length.
Really?
Which I thought it looked pretty cool. Maybe in hindsight, maybe it wasn't that cool, but and then this year it got pretty long. It got to the point where I was just wearing hats all the time. I couldn't stand. I just couldn't stand it. I think I'm probably gonna have short hair for the rest of my life from now on. I don't know how Jason Mewes does it. A guy like Jason Mewes does it, or even Chris Hemsworth, although he gets paid many millions of dollars to look like Thor. So
yeah, contractually he needs to have his hair.
Yeah, I think when you're making Marvel money, you can.
It must be nice.
Even Kevin and Silent Bob. I think the latter part, if you ever seen with Silent Bob, the hair's built into the hat. He didn't grow it out that long. So yeah, for sure. I want to still baby in Godzilla and King Kong. They bring up Mothra. I think a stalemate would disappoint a lot of people. I think there's got to be a clear winner.
I heard the rumor is the reason why the movie is called Godzilla versus Kong is because whoever's going to fight, whoever wins becomes the new king of monsters.
Yeah.
The reason why we're talking about Kong as Kong and not King Kong yet is because he hasn't had that title.
So right. You gotta earn the king title, my friend.
Right. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kong wins, this fight coming up. So we'll see. It should be interesting. And it's only a couple months away, I think, right? Before it premieres.
I believe so. I gotta look it up, but if anybody out there knows a release date, please shout it out before I can before I find it. 2021 release date. Oh, March 31st.
There you go. Yeah.
March 31st, 2020, in theaters and on HBO Max, I believe.
Max, yeah. How are you feeling about it's something I've talked about on my podcast, but I want to get your point of view. Movies being released the same day digitally.
I mean, I love it because I could literally like sit on the toilet and watch a movie or sit in bed and do it. But as a fan of cinema and film, I hate it because a movie like Godzilla versus Kong, you need to see that in the theater with Dolby like 18.1 sound, and people yelling at the screen, and I experience movies with the biggest bucket of popcorn I can buy and an icy. And hopefully, some friends have come along with me and we can experience it like that, in a darkened theater. That's how I prefer to do it. But it's right now you can't. But I also think I think that's why Marvel's holding back. Like Black Widow. Who wants to see Ghostbusters Afterlife on a tablet? Or a computer screen. You need to see that in the theater. So I don't blame them for holding those back.
It's definitely been obviously, understandably, production companies are going to release their movies, like you said, like Black Widow, and how it's like they're sitting on it. The movie's done. They're sitting on it. They're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and I'm in no hurry to see it. The day that we can all safely go back to see it in the theater, that's how I want to.
Yep.
I want to see it. And honestly, ever since I had kids and I just got busy, I don't go to the movies maybe 4 or 5 times a year.
Oh wow.
Before I got married and all that, like I used to go every weekend. Like I see every piece of garbage that came out. Even if it was a new movie, I would go see it. But I believe I think I found the ticket stuff. The last movie I saw in the theater was Endgame, which was almost a year and a half ago.
The last movie I saw in theaters was Sonic the Hedgehog.
Wow, okay.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, for sure.
Not knocking it, but it's definitely one of those things where I enjoy cinema. Like I caught Tenet. When it got released digitally, I was like, okay, I'm gonna actually sit down and watch it. I got a pretty big screen, in my living room, so let me go watch it and stuff like that. And although the movie itself is really good, I know I missed out on the experience of watching it on IMAX, hearing the sound, watching it with my friends, experiencing that with strangers, and like the same kind of reactions we'd be having. It's like it adds to the next level.
It's like Endgame, like there was energy in that theater. I saw it opening weekend. I went with a bunch of friends. It was when Captain America says Avengers Assemble, everyone started cheering. It was cool. I got chills, man.
Yeah,
I got chills. I've been waiting to hear that phrase in live action for years, and they made it happen. And not only that, it was like a pivotal moment in the movie, and it was just emotional. I was like, holy crap! It's hard to get that at home unless you're Kevin Smith and you have a 103-inch TV in your bedroom. But even then, it's him and his wife. You need to see that. And it's like watching the Super Bowl by yourself, where and you want someone to celebrate it with. Hopefully your team's winning, but it's just not the same. But there's not much we can do right now, I guess. So
no, and again, I 100% on board. Like, do not go. Like if you want to go and you're doing it safely, that's totally fine. You do you. It's your own choice, and obviously, if you're abiding by the regulations, how everything is set, cool.
Best popcorn, huge screen, big sound. Yeah, this is the way. That's right.
This is the way. But yeah, like I want to go with a crowded theater again. You know, I miss all that. I miss it. I miss going to premieres, watching Endgame on premiere night.
Yeah. Knowing it's gonna be a crowded theater and everyone's there to see everybody kick ass.
Yeah,
kick Thanos' ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the filmmakers as well. I know, you know, they take great pains to frame every shot.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's, you know, it's anamorphic widescreen in a theater for an audience, and to see that diminished onto whatever, you know, viewing, so, it could be on, somebody might be watching it on like a 5-inch phone, not getting the full effect. I feel bad for them too. So, yeah, I mean, I've seen it firsthand, filmmakers like agony over shots and lighting and, you know, everything, you know, meaning for it to be shown on a giant screen, and for people not to experience that kind of stinks. So, because it's art to them, man.
Yeah, that was kind of the argument that Nolan had. He was like,
I agree with him.
I did this specifically, you know, whether you agree and if you want to get into the depths of like his ratios and how he does his films. He's an artist, right? So like he has right to say how he wants to make his art.
Right.
And so the fact that he did it specifically for IMAX and like he wants people to go watch it in theaters, and majority of them are not going to watch it in theaters, it's kind of diminishing that experience that people would actually get and how he attended it for audience to watch it. So
yeah,
it's
like, can you imagine watching like Dunkirk on your phone? Like you can't, or anything besides the theater, really.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's unfortunate, but like that's just the way things are. And
like Chris Stewart, what about Shang-Chi? I'm not watching Shang-Chi Master of Kung Fu and the Master of the Ten Rings and anything but a crowded movie theater.
I'm interested in it. It should be pretty cool. I want to see how they bring in the Mandarin and all that. So
like a real Mandarin this time,
finally,
not a fake Mandarin. Because a real Mandarin should be on a big screen for sure.
How are you enjoying WandaVision?
I'm loving it. It was I was trying, you know, like everyone else, I was trying to figure out what was going on. Like it's Marvel, you knew it was going to lead to something, you know, and it definitely did. I guess I don't want to spoil anything, but
right.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm a fan of all eras of TV, anyways. So for them to go through each era like they did in a style that Marvel could only do,
I thought it was great.
Little Easter eggs. Yeah, I thought they did a great job.
I
hope everyone stuck with it. I mean, I could see the first episode. I was like, wait, is it all going to be like this? Like, oh, okay, yeah, it is. But you know, keep watching.
My mom's a huge fan of like Dick Van Dyke.
Man.
And you know, like Bewitch and you know, shows like that. And seeing and having like lived with like growing up watching old shows like that, it was just like, oh snap, like this is literally it. Like, kudos to Elizabeth Olsen, because like it's one thing to like try to act as a movie actor, but like trying to get in frame for like 1950s 1960s television and act the way they did back in the day, and her mannerisms and how she did it was like phenomenal, like top-notch stuff. So it was really cool seeing that done.
She was Lucille Ball. She was Brady Bunch. She was like it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, and the story's getting great. I'm interested for Friday. It's gonna be pretty cool.
I love the whole kind of reveal last week, and
that was crazy.
Is it 10 episodes?
I think it's 8. I could be wrong on that.
Man, make it now. Make it 10.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take 8 if that's what they're giving me. So we're already halfway through. This is the thing that stinks about it.
Yeah, we're literally halfway.
We gotta wait another year and a half for season 2,
and then we're gonna get. I think in October we're gonna get the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, all right then. I mean, look at me. It's like I can't wait this long. I'm like, you can wait. There's so much coming out.
Yeah, so like we're getting stuff. We just gotta wait. I'm hoping for the Falcon and Winter Soldier to be more of um a TV series version of Captain America: The Winter Soldier,
Oh,
right?
I think it will be. I think it'll be action packed, and yeah, you'll see more stuff blowing up, and yeah, and revelations. They're good. They're
Yeah.
good at that. They're good at that. It's just universe building. So great. Although the universe has pretty much already been built. You just got to read the comic books. It's
the stuff they're drawing from the comics is
so great.
Crazy. I was like,
Yeah.
are y'all doing this? You are?
They're doing it. Like, I can't believe they're doing this, and they do it. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty fantastic. So,
oh, it looks like 9 episodes.
Oh, 9? Okay, great. We get that's almost like a bonus episode then. Like, who does 9 episodes? It's either 8 or 10 or
yeah.
Yeah.
I think The Mandalorian was 10 episodes, right?
Yes. Mandalorian 10. Stranger Things is like 8, I think. So, or is it 10? I can't remember now, but you know what? It's never enough.
No, it never really is. Like
that's yeah.
Give me more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I did see what's that? These
or was like Spider-Man Far From Home and WandaVision leading up to the new Fantastic Four movies. I hope so. I just want a good Fantastic Four movie.
Who would be your
they might as well. Everyone wants John Krasinski as Reed Richards. Like, just do it. Just do it. I'd be totally on board with that. I think he'd be great.
I think he'll be okay. I would love to see them cast like a Tom Holland, right? So like someone who's
like someone unknown. Yeah,
someone unknown, right?
Yeah.
Like that'll be cool.
Yeah, he's out there.
yeah, someone out there.
Reed Richards is definitely out there. I don't know. We may not know who he is yet, but
I think it's gonna be really cool. I think the fact that whatever's going to happen, however it's going to happen in WandaVision, that affects the MCU going forward, and we're going to see, her team up with Doctor Strange and how they deal with that. I think that's going to be very, very, very cool.
That's so awesome.
I'm like super excited about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
there's no doubt.
Christopher, I see Shin Ultraman movie. I did see the trailer for that. If you're not familiar with Shin Ultraman, or the Shin series, I guess technically, they're from the same creators who did Evangelion, and so they're making a live action Ultraman movie, and they were responsible for the Shin Godzilla live action movies like 5 years ago or something like that. Yeah,
Let's go.
It looks really cool. It looks really cool.
Let's do it. Let's. I mean, we all know that the Japanese have created all the cool stuff. So all they have to do is bring it
stuff like that.
I want like America and just keep it cool. Like, don't change anything. You change little things, but don't change the overall. Don't Matthew Broderick Godzilla like that.
No.
You know what? I think they made that movie to show everybody else what not to do, and if that's the end game of that, then that's totally cool.
I mean, for what it was, it wasn't that great, but I mean, like, it got people more invested into like, oh, Godzilla is like a thing, and we should make it like a bigger thing. Right. And here we are now with Godzilla versus Kong coming out soon. Pretty cool. So
yeah, I mean, that happened 20 years ago, so I don't know if I'll forgive them, but that was a long time ago.
It could be. It's slowly. I think we're slowly redeeming Godzilla, at least for American creation.
You can always right your wrongs, I guess. So, just awesome. But yes, thanks, Chris. Awesome. So anyway,
stuff like this, like I miss talking to you like this. I miss podcasting like this and like doing streams like this with you.
Yeah, I miss it too. Yeah, this has just made it infinitely easier to. I love how you can bring just people in from all over, and we never really did. Before the quarantine, we never really. I mean, we live stream. We didn't really bring people in remotely. I always kind of insisted on doing it in person.
Yeah,
I was afraid of missing the interaction.
Yeah,
and I was really afraid that I was like, man, can I make fun of people? Like. On through a computer screen, and then within 3 seconds, like, oh yeah, this is going to work. Like, definitely works. So
yeah. I need to figure this out. I'm gonna sit down. I think after we get off of this soon.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah. You're gonna be like, holy crap, this is awesome. So, yeah, thanks for jumping on with me.
Thank you for showing me this, and thanks for everyone like watching.
Yeah, this is a very random stream, but you know, I mean, what stream isn't random? Who wants to plan these things? So
yeah, so hopefully Saturday stream goes a little bit more accordingly. We're gonna be talking to you, Ming, for about an hour or so, just catching up with you a little bit more.
Yeah, and definitely. So tune in. So again, that is 3 to 7 Central Time, 4 to 8 Eastern, and you can do the math for all the other time zones. But there's be a cast of characters and a litany of special guests, gaming, interactivity. Yeah, definitely join us, and then hopefully everybody gets to come down to Houston soon.
Yeah,
and, party with us for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go like finally eat something today. So
cool.
Thanks everybody.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
That's Phil. I'm Ming. Coral Sword, 1318 Telephone Road, Houston, Texas. Open for takeout right now. So if you want food, coffee, buy a board game. That's where you can do it. So,
yeah, just follow us at Coral Sword everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. We're there.
Yeah. Awesome. See you guys later.